May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Coleman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please state your name for the record?
My name is Barbara Gail Knight.
What do you go by?
Gail.
I'm going to call you Miss Knight.
Okay.
Miss Knight, how are you employed?
I'm a retired school teacher.
Excellent. And how long do you teach for?
33 years.
And do you know a Tracy Nicks?
I do.
Who is that?
Tracy Nicks is a friend of mine. She taught with me at Wauchula Elementary.
And how long have you known Miss Nicks?
Probably 40 years.
Did you know a Uriel Shock?
Yes, I did.
Who was Yuri?
Yuri was Tracy's granddaughter, Kayla's baby daughter.
And I would like to go back to November 1st of 2022, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall that day?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Did you see Miss Tracy Nicks that day?
Yes, I did.
Where did you see her?
At Bible study. Actually, prayer group.
Prayer group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is this something that you do regularly?
Yes, it is.
And when you say group, I'm assuming there's a group of people.
Yes.
And is Tracy Nicks one of those?
Yes, she is.
And so on that day, what do you recall approximately? I know it was a long time ago, but approximately, if it's just morning, afternoon, whatever it may be, approximately when that prayer group happened.
9:30 to 10:30 in the morning we meet on
Okay.
on a Tuesday morning.
And who were some other people that were there with you?
It was at Brenda Knight's home. Judy Terrell was there. Tracy Nicks was there. Priscilla Knight was there. Shirley Webb.
You don't have to go through the whole thing.
There are usually 6 to 8 of us. there.
Let me make it easy for you. Is there a group of you that got together later on that day?
Yes.
Who was that?
Brenda Knight, Judy Terrell, Tracy Nicks, and myself.
Excellent, thank you very much. And so was there some decision that you folks would meet up somewhere later on that day, that you, a decision made at that meeting that you were going to meet up somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that. What were you guys going to do?
We were going to meet for lunch
And where was that to be?
at Beef O'Brady's in Wauchula.
Okay. And so were you all going together, or were you guys going to meet each other there? How was that going to work?
We were going in separate cars. Tracy and I were going to meet Brenda and Judy at Beef O'Brady's.
Is there a reason why you and Tracy Nicks were going to meet them there?
We were going to go by A1 Safari and pick up Yuri and meet Brenda and Judy there.
Okay. And once again, Yuri was Tracy Nicks's baby granddaughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so did you guys go to A1 Safari?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And what happened when you got there?
We went into one of the back offices, and the baby was there, and we got the baby, talked a few minutes, got the baby, and went back to the car and drove to Beef O'Brady's.
Okay. You guys just didn't put the baby in the car, right? Did you have a car seat?
Yes, we had a
Okay.
car seat, and the baby was in a car seat behind Tracy.
Okay. Now, was that car seat already in Tracy's car, or did it have to be put in Tracy's car?
It had to be put in Tracy's car.
Okay. And so after you picked up Yuri, you said did you go to Beef's at that point?
Yes, we did.
All right. And again, a rough approximation, what time do you think you got there around?
12, I would say around 12:50, between 12:15 and 12:30.
Okay. Now, so when you got there, who all was there?
Okay, when we got there, Brenda and Judy were at the table, and some friends of ours from church were at a table opposite us.
Okay, and who did you sit with?
When we came in, I sat at this table with Judy, and Brenda and Tracy were on the other side.
And Yuri was there?
Yuri was there.
Okay. And is it safe to say that Yuri could be the center of attention sometimes?
Very much so, yes,
Okay.
very much so.
And who was focused on taking care of Yuri?
Tracy,
And did she give all the things that Yuri needed at that time?
yes, she did. She was very attentive.
Okay. And did you guys have lunch there?
We did.
Let me ask you this. Did you have something else you had to do that day?
I did, yes.
What did you have to do that day?
My young niece was in kindergarten at Wauchula Elementary at that time, and I was very aware that I had to be in line to pick her up. And the first dismissal was around 1:50, so I was always in line at 1:50 to pick her up.
And I believe I might have said earlier it was grandson, but it was granddaughter.
Great niece.
Great niece. I am so sorry. That
That's
is much
okay.
different, but still, someone you're responsible for.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, what time did you have to pick her up?
And I was in line to pick her up at 1:50 when I got her every day. Well, I didn't get her every day. The days that I picked her up.
And was this one of those days?
Yes, it was.
Did you let everyone else know that you had to?
Oh, yes, we were all looking at watches because she's a 5-year-old kindergartner and she wanted me to be there.
And so what time do you think you left that day?
We left Beefo Brady's probably 1:40-ish, I would say.
Okay. So, you guys are leaving. How did you leave? Meaning, did you leave with Tracy Nicks or did you leave separately?
When we left, I went with Judy and Brenda because my home was on this side of town. We were going to pick up my car so I could go get Brinsley, and Tracy left with the baby.
Okay. And where was she going? If you don't know, that's
I
fine.
don't know. We just assumed that I don't know where she was headed then.
Fair enough, ma'am. I am approaching with States Exhibits 1 and 2. Okay? I'd like to take a minute, look at States Exhibit 1. Do you recognize that item?
I do.
What is that?
That's a picture of us at Beefo Brady's inside, the 4 of us.
And picture or video?
Video.
Thank you, ma'am. And does that fairly and accurately depict your lunch that day?
Yes, it does.
Your Honor, at this time, state would seek to enter into evidence States Exhibit number 1.
Can I see it? Who showed it, Chris? You have an exhibit, state, you have an exhibit sheet for me?
She said, "Can you show this video?"
You have an exhibit sheet for
I
me?
did give it to the clerk.
Just make sure you have an extra one, or you need an extra?
Yeah, it's the same one.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna make an extra copy of the exhibit sheet, please. Go ahead, no objection, state exhibit number 1 comes into evidence.
And Your Honor, just so you know, we did show these earlier, but when she said picture, it threw them off.
I understand.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm now showing you States Exhibit number 2. Do you it might be easier if I make it easier for you to see. Do you recognize that item?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
It's a video of the parking lot with us leaving Beefs that day.
And is this a fair and accurate depiction of you leaving that day?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, state would seek to enter into evidence States Exhibit number 2.
Okay.
No objection.
All right, without objection, states exhibits 1 and 2 will be admitted into evidence.
And ma'am, once again, you might have said, is it picture or video?
Video.
Thank you. Just so that's clear. And Your Honor, at this time, I have no further questions for this witness.
Okay. Members of the jury, videos and evidence will go back within the jury room during deliberations. The state of the defense may publish them at certain times, but they absolutely will go back. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Clifton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Knight, you indicated that you had attended a prayer group meeting the morning of November 1st, 2022.
Yes, sir.
And you told the jury a number of people who were there.
Yes, sir.
And does this prayer group periodically meet? Can
Yeah.
you tell the jury when it meets?
We met on Monday, let me think, Tuesday mornings, sometimes 9:30, sometimes 10:30. We had moved the time, changed the time around a little so that everybody could be there.
And how often do you meet?
Weekly.
It's a weekly thing?
Weekly at that time, yes.
All right. And approximately how many people regularly attend this group?
6 to 8.
Okay,
6
thank
to
you.
8.
How do you know Tracy Nicks?
I know Tracy Nicks because we taught together at Wachula Elementary School for over 13 years. I know her from school. We've done Bible school together. She's also my Sunday school teacher.
She's your Sunday school teacher?
Yes,
How long would you say that you've known her?
close to 40 years, around 40 years.
Okay, and you've seen her around children?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Any issues the way she conducts herself around children?
No, sir.
Sustain, disregard the question.
You indicated that you and Tracy and others met at Beef Brady's
Yes, sir.
that day, obviously.
That day, yes, sir.
Obviously. And sometime during the meal, the baby tried to get Judy Terrell's food.
Yes, she was trying to get a little out of the salad, yes.
And what did you see Tracy doing in connection with Yuri?
She was very kind, very loving. She had placed Yuri in the seat, and of course the baby kept sliding out, and that's when she picked her up and was holding her. She was giving her water through a straw. We were all focused on the baby, paying attention to the baby. But she was very loving and kind,
I
yes.
think you've already indicated to the jury that she was pretty much the center of attention.
Yes, she was.
All right. Did Tracy try to feed her anything?
She had water in a straw that she was giving the baby.
Okay. And did Tracy Nicks appear to be okay that day?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, any, redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right, she made this witness be excused.
I would ask that she be excused from her subpoena also.
All right, defense, do you agree?
I agree, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you may be excused from your subpoena. You can go home and go wherever you like.
Okay, thank you,
All right,
Judge.
stay there. All right, state, third witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would call Judith Terrell.